What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming infrastructure and stimulus packages, as well as what is going on in the world today. There's also multiple different stimulus provisions and packages and different items that could be included in this next infrastructure slash stimulus package, as well as some that they're increasing and expanding and launching right now. Let's go over several of these different items. Then we're going to hear directly from President Biden regarding the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. But first, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates on the fourth stimulus check update, as well as the new upcoming stimulus packages and all the other stimulus programs and provisions that we cover here on this channel, which is pretty much all of them. Don't forget to hit the like button for us as well. Okay, first up, let's talk about the SNAP, WIC, and Pandemic EBT programs. Multiple different programs that can provide you money for food, aka the old food stamp program is SNAP, WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, and the Pandemic EBT program, which gives you money for your children for food. Okay, several different program updates right now. WIC is expanding from $9 or $11 a month to $35 a month in some cases for several different states, including now Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Arizona, California have all opted in, and there might be more states coming forward also as an increase to the WIC program. President Biden also wants to do a long-awaited permanent boost to the SNAP program. As you can see here, President Biden could boost food stamps or the SNAP program by 20% even without Congress. As you can see here, the Biden administration is quietly laying the groundwork for the long-term increase in food aid for tens of millions of Americans without going through the ordeal of a fight with congressional Republicans. The instrument is an obscure USDA shopping list used to determine food stamp benefits known as Market Basket. A review of the so-called Thrifty Food Plan ordered by Biden 2 days after he took office could trigger an automatic increase in benefits as soon as October 1st, a day after the expiration of the temporary 15% boost in food stamp payments that President Biden has already included in the third stimulus check package. The director for Center of Poverty Research at the University of Kentucky said the re-evaluation could, quote, result in an upward adjustment of 20% or more in benefits. That would amount to roughly $136 per month increase in the maximum benefit for a family of four, which was $680 per month before the temporary pandemic-related increase. Quote, this is really meaningful. It's one of the bigger things government can do for poverty without Congress. The reappraisal culminates a year-long campaign by anti-hunger advocates to reassess the market basket. The value hasn't been increased other than adjustments for inflations for over 6 decades. Market basket is where basically 60 years ago what they did was they took a basket and put a various amount of food items in there and discovered what the price would be. And then they've only adjusted it for inflation, so let's just say 2% per year on average since then, and haven't really done any other major readjustments since then for 60 years ago. So nonetheless, to say that a 20% increase is needed, but would be very welcome. Imagine if your Social Security benefits were increased by 20%. You'd be like, yeah, that's a pretty good program here. So that is what we could be seeing on the horizon for the SNAP program. And apparently President Biden can do this simply on his own, and he doesn't need to do this through a bill in Congress or the next stimulus package, or even negotiate with Republicans. So this probably will happen, along with an increase, an extended duration of a SNAP benefit. Possibly, we'll either see the temporary increase extended or possibly this permanent increase extended. I'll keep you up to date either way. The other program that was actually just extended and was just approved was the pandemic EBT program was just extended, and the move will feed millions of children over the summer. The USDA announced a new effort on Monday to feed millions of children this summer when free school meals traditionally reach a small minority of kids who rely on them the rest of the year. The move expands what's known as the Pandemic Electronic Benefit Transfer, or PEBT, or Pandemic EBT program, into the summer months, and the U.S. estimates it will reach more than 30 million children. And this is done directly deposited through a pandemic EBT debit card. Right now, there are 37 different states, as you can see here on the screen, that are approved for this extension through summer. Alabama is expected to get the money on your card on May 28th, Florida, May 8th, Georgia between May 24th and May 30th, Hawaii, June 14th, Kentucky, May 2nd through May 19th, Maryland, sometime in May, Mississippi, May 2nd, New Jersey, May 1st through 5th, North Carolina, May 22nd through the 31st, South Carolina, May 1st through May 19th, Rhode Island, May 3rd, Virginia, May 16th, West Virginia, regular schedule, Wisconsin, May 22nd, and Wyoming, May 2nd through the 5th. And also on this screen down below here is Iowa, is also included as well. If you think you might be eligible for one of these programs, SNAP, WIC, or Pandemic EBT, I suggest you go and apply for them. Easiest way to do this is to Google it with your state. So, for example, SNAP, California, or apply for SNAP, New York. The Pandemic EBT you can do through your regional school district as well, or you can just look into it online as well first if you want to look into it. But I really suggest you apply for these programs if you think you might be eligible, because they could just mean hundreds of dollars extra per month in your pocket every single month. And these are government programs that already exist to help out with basically giving you money for food. So go and apply if you think you might be even close to eligible, because if you get it, it's really just another stimulus program that the government has set up for us. Next up, we know that there is about 100 Democrats from the Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives combined that are pushing for a fourth stimulus check, and not just a fourth one, but for monthly recurring stimulus checks until the pandemic is over. The two bills have kind of been battling back and forth to see who's going to gain more support. At first, we thought it was this bill from the U.S. House of Representatives that is for a one-time $2,000 fourth stimulus check, then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments that would go until 12 months after the pandemic is over. This is a bill in the U.S. House of Representatives that has already been officially introduced. It is co-authored by Representatives Rashida Tlaib and Representative Jayapal. However, the new other plan from the Senate is getting a lot of attention here this week. That is the Senate bill from Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, who are the co-sponsors of it, who are pushing President Biden for a $2,000 monthly stimulus check that would go until the government declares the pandemic is over, which would be sometime in the future when cases are much, much lower than they are now, and probably at the earliest would be at least 6 months from now. So if this bill were to be passed, you'd be looking at $2,000 per month for at least 6 months. Well, this bill has really been boosted by the petition that now has over 2.1 million signatures since we just announced this about, 24 hours ago on the channel. And when we announced it, it was only at 2 million, and I believe it was 40,000. We have now added 60,000 signatures to this petition. As it gains, you can literally see it on the screen here, gaining people by the minute. I'll put the link to this down here in the description of this video. If you want to sign this, wait till the end of the video, though, as we have more to discuss, including directly from President Biden. And this has enough signatures that it will go directly to the White House, and they will have to respond to this petition because it has so many signatures already pushing for $2,000 per month. Now, I do really think that President Biden will include a fourth stimulus check. I think either of the monthly stimulus check plans would be best case scenario because they'd be monthly stimulus checks, so it would be every single month, which is very similar to the child tax credits that are already passed and already provide monthly stimulus checks, although they're set to start in July. The IRS says they're still on pace to distribute the $3,000 child tax credit in monthly payments starting in July, which would be $250 per month for children over the age of 6 through 17 and $300 per month for children under the age of 6. You would then receive the rest of the money the first half of this year as a one lump sum on this year's tax return that you'll file next year, or an additional $1,500 to $1,800 per month. President Biden wants to extend these monthly stimulus check payments that go to children and the adult who claims them as a dependent until at least the year 2025. So monthly stimulus checks already exist. They've already been passed by the third stimulus check package. They have been passed for 1 year, and they will start in July. Again, monthly stimulus checks of $250 to $300 per month. However, these groups of Democratic lawmakers are pushing to have, in addition to have that expanded, they also want to have a fourth stimulus check include monthly stimulus checks for everybody that qualifies for stimulus checks. Think if you qualified for the third stimulus check, you'd probably qualify for the fourth stimulus check as well. And all these Democratic lawmakers are pushing to have not just the child tax credits be the only monthly stimulus check, but to have the fourth stimulus check as well for everybody else also be a monthly stimulus check. President Biden is on tour right now to talk about some of the other items included in this next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. But remember, everything is up for negotiation right now, and Congress writes the bill, the House and the Senate, and sometimes they change it, as we learned in the third stimulus check package. Anything can be added in or subtracted out or negotiated on literally up until the day they passed it. We've seen that with the second stimulus check. It was only added in 2 days before they passed the bill on the second stimulus check, and the $10,200 tax credit for unemployed workers from 2020, that was added in the day they passed it in the Senate. I'll have more updates for you on that, as well as the IRS tax returns and IRS delays and the unemployment tax coming from the IRS in the next video. But first, here is President Biden talking about some of the provisions that could be negotiated on in the American Families Plan.
I'm here today at Tidewater Community College to talk about America's Family Plan, and that I announced last week. A once-in-a-generation investment in our families, in our children, that addresses what people care most about and most need. The investment we need to win the competition with other nations in the future, because we're in a race. We're in a race. It all starts with access to good education, as you all know. When America made 12 years of public education universal in America in the early 1900s, it made us the best educated nation in the world, and you saw the benefits that came from that. But the rest of the world's caught up to us. The rest of the world's caught up to us. They're not waiting. And 12 years is no longer enough to compete with the world in the 21st century and lead the 21st century. That's why my American Families Plan guarantees 4 additional years of public education for every person in America, starting as early as we can. We were at an elementary school earlier today, and what we're talking about here means universal high-quality preschool for 3- and 4-year-olds, not daycare, preschool. And the research has shown here at the great universities in this state and others that children of that age who go to school, they are far more likely to graduate from high school and continue their education beyond that, rather than start off behind the 8 ball if they come from families that don't have educations, college educations. You know, a lot of kids start kindergarten hearing 1 million fewer words haven't spoken than other families, and it's an unfair disadvantage. But every child is capable. Every child is capable of learning. So we just visited, by the way, a 5th grade classroom in Yorktown earlier today, where the students are back together with their classmates and teachers in school. And we saw what being in school means for those kids. Safely reopening the majority of the K through 8 schools was one of my top priorities in my first 100 days, because there's so much that happens when they don't have the certitude and the companionship and the familiarity of being with their friends. There's an awful lot of need in this pandemic for mental health facilities and counseling. We met that goal by working with Governor here to get educators and school staff vaccinated and to get them the resources they needed to open up safely. And I often said that children are the kite strings that keep our national ambitions aloft. We say all those kids, well, they're all our children. They're all our children. And they are the kite strings that literally lift our national ambitions aloft. So we've got to invest in them, invest in our children, to invest in the future. We can't stop there. We're going to add 2 years of community college on top of that. You just heard Jill talk about community colleges and how it can change lives. Well, students here at the community college across the country know why. For some, it's 2 years of community college to earn enough credits to transfer to a four-year university, which is available in almost every single state, to become a teacher, an entrepreneur, or anything else. For some, it's getting an extra training through a certificate program to get a good paying job in a business in town. We just met with students at the HVAC workshop, ambitious, talented students who are taking the next step in their lives. And with the skills they're learning here, and some of the students will go on to be plumbers, members of pipe fitters, local 110, electricians. Look, it means higher union wages with guaranteed health care and pensions. And, you know, it's kind of amazing. One of the things, I don't know whether you know, the First Lady of this state understands, she does, I'm positive, that an awful lot of folks who even get an opportunity to go to community college still can't get there because of food, transportation, those other costs. And so we're going to increase Pell Grants so they're qualified. Every student, it will make a gigantic difference. It'll make a gigantic difference. By the way, I have to admit, if I didn't have these positions, I'd be sleeping in the Lincoln bedroom rather than the president's bedroom. But it really, you know, it really is how to start to transform the life and family and community and our economy by investing in people. Every child has a capacity to learn. And if I've heard it once, I've heard from Jill 1,000 times. Joe, any country that out-educates us will out-compete us. And it's a fact.
So one of the possible stimulus items that could be in this next stimulus package is 2 years of free community college and 2 years of free preschool. We're also hoping that includes a lot of the other things that we've been looking for. We have current bills on and they're negotiating on right now. The Social Security increase for seniors, the SSI increase of $279 per month, the overall Social Security increase of $200 per month, as well as the fourth stimulus check. I'll keep you up to date on all these new items and stimulus packages and different stimulus programs that they're negotiating on right now to be included in this next stimulus package. Now is kind of the most important time. So I'll keep you up to date on everything. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below and join our family of new and old subscribers. A lot of you guys have been with us here for many, many months. And we are one big family here. We support each other. I cover all these different stimulus programs that help different people, but all together we're helping out each other. So don't miss any new episodes because we cover different programs in different episodes. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After subscribing down below, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications of the upcoming fourth stimulus check and the upcoming stimulus package. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on the Amazon FBA platform. I've had dozens of students that have already replaced their 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon FBA, and I teach them how to do that. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.